a small question, but yesterday you told me that sometimes you can like just stand up and sit down when there's too much pain. And I was wondering of like if it's the same, for instance, if I'm in some posture, like half lotus, and after some time it's really too painful, and slowly, mindfully, I change the posture and continue meditating.
Possible.
Like, is it like cheating or?
No, it's possible. It's possible, but not to let yourself to be interrupted.
Yes.
But it's okay. But as for my experiences and some experiences of some meditators, like just feel okay with. I mean, at that moment, just feel okay to change a little bit your posture. Yeah, when you are correct. When you are in half lotus, but you have to be ready that you have to make your posture to be easily changed.
Yes.
Yeah, not like sometimes we can. Okay, like if for example if you sit for half lotus like little bit, so when it is pain, you just like put it down very slowly. No need to use the hand. No need like yeah. I think you know the adjustability of the posture.
Yes.
So yeah, you can put it like very slowly down, and you can continue for another 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So I did the same. So normally my posture is full lotus. So my posture is full lotus, and then after 1 hour and like to be honest, when it is really hard, it's come to the stage it's really hard. So it disturbing, the concentration. So I little bit change the posture, and not to interrupt my, the calmness of focusing on the breath. So yeah, it's possible.
Okay, so it won't like reset all the progress.
Yeah. Like reprogramming, but the same mind is there. But yeah. Okay, it's possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have like other questions, maybe more like related to Buddhism or philosophy.
Okay.
So, because for instance, it's some story I want to share with you because just this morning I was pretty sick because I think I done something bad and like, since 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep and I was going to the toilet. It was like and I tried to meditate and say this is impermanent and I tried to meditate and I wasn't like able to
concentrate
to let go the pain because it was too different from because here I'm used to the specific pain of being sick and of the legs, but when it's like really different pain, I just couldn't do anything. In the end, I just took like medicine. It was like much more efficient. So, my question is maybe like what does Buddhism like tell about like action to fight like suffering, but by like impermanent causes, even if it's not like the real solution, but you can like alleviate the pain and because for instance here I was like surprised to see that monks cannot work or cannot grow rice or everything, whereas like some, for instance in Europe in the Middle Ages,
I know.
the monasteries was like producing food and giving food to people and so should we only focus on like the inner path to be free, or should we like still keep an eye on the like real world problems and try to solve them even if it's not like the solution?
To be honest, it's a little bit very complicated question, but I know that. First thing is like there are many we call traditions. Even in Buddhism, there are many traditions. One is Theravada and Mahayana and Vajrayana. So Vajrayana is being practiced in Tibet and Mahayana in China, in Korea, in Japan. So what I want to share with you, I mean, although there are different traditions, but the fundamental teaching, we call it fundamental teaching, are similarly shared by different traditions. So even Theravada, even Mahayana, even Tibetan Buddhism, we have the fundamental goal, that is reaching the enlightenment. So we have meditation, we have like 3 characteristics of the phenomena like impermanent, suffering, and so. But I want to say the fundamental teaching is the same.
Okay.
So the difference is like little bit, philosophy because of the teachers, different masters, different teachers. After practicing, they come with different ideas. For example, the Vietnam is in France, yeah. I think what is his name?
Yeah, maybe Mathieu Ricard. Oh no, he was from Tibet. So.
He's Tibet. Okay, he's Tibet. And another one is from, I think, Teach Nhat. I forgot his name. Yeah. Anyway, like when I study the entire philosophy, we are sharing the same philosophy, just different dress, different culture, different rituals. I'm talking about the fundamental teaching of the Buddha, of Buddhism. Yeah. So, and Theravada we have, different rules, and some even Mahayana they have different rules. It is called morality, like it's kinds of controlling your words and your behavior. So morality or sila is designed for only controlling your words and your speech and your bodily action. So, but when it comes to real practice, it is recommended, it is said by the Buddha, there is a monk, there is a very old monk, he was very disappointed and very depressed. He told the Buddha, I want to go back home. I cannot meditate and I cannot manage this life because there are many rules, 227 rules. How can I, adapt? Can I adjust myself to those rules? Then Buddha answered, okay, you forget the old rules. Now you have only one to observe. Okay? The monk said, okay, I like. Okay, one is good. Buddha said, control your mind.
Okay.
That is one rule. So when it comes to real practice, to attachment, or we can say in English term we call it perfection. Being perfect to the rules, also a distraction to the practice. Oh, it is not good, it's not right, I did something wrong. But it is controversial, it is really hard to explain to the one who knows a lot. But when to come to the mental calmness or spiritual development or inner development, we are the one who understand that true attachment is not, like we call it perfectionism. This is the term.
Okay.
Perfectionism, it means to attach to the rule, any kinds of precepts, or being perfect when it comes to the practice. I want to be like this, I want to be like that. So it's about disturbing mind. So I will tell you, like, the controlling mind is very important. One story is about Venerable Ananda, the close attendant of the Buddha. He know the entire scripture,
Yes.
I think you know that he kept by heart everything what the Buddha recited, what the Buddha taught. He kept everything in his heart. So, but he couldn't attain enlightenment. Yeah. So one day, like when the Buddha passed away, last day, then, and there would be we call it a big council of monks to recite, and then he was asked, okay, you have to become the Arahant, you have to become an enlightened one to attend the conference. Then he tried very hard. He couldn't reach. So suddenly at the final stage, he just relaxed. Okay, I am normal people. I am normal person. He just relaxed. Then he attained enlightenment. So here what I want to say is, like, when it comes to the practice, you are the one who know the balance of your mentality. Too tight, too loose is not good. Right? When too loose, you feel lazy. You get the point? You feel lazy. When too tight, what happens? You feel agitated. Yeah, you feel frustrated. So, and even I'm telling you, but you are the one who know the practice. Okay, what should I do now? Like that is why Buddha said you must be very skillful. And so, like what you did, you're correct. Like, if you want to change the posture, yeah, you need to be the change. If you want to walk, you want to, as long as you are aware of your own mind and like feel calmness and no reaction at all, just feel the calmness. So it's one thing. So I want to share, like here, yeah, we like Theravada little bit strict, so we are not like Mahayana or Tibet. I think they can grow, they can do a lot. Yeah. But I mean, the reason that Buddha told us not to do is because the main purpose is to practice. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about when it comes to the real practice. You get the point? When it comes to the real practice, you are not allowed, Buddha said, you are not allowed to do, like, to be honest, to do social services, to do this, to do that. You have only one work to do: meditating, practicing, meditating, practicing. So, just for who is practicing, you get the point. But according to society, our life little bit change. But even we change our life, even we change our rule, but we have to make sure that not to harm the basic spirituality. Yeah, the basic spirituality. So, to be honest, I'm running a center in Sri Lanka. I'm running a child development center in Sri Lanka for special needs children, and some Mahayana monks and some Sri Lankan monks, they are running a lot of projects, helping others. They do a lot of work, and even in Cambodia, there are some monks who help the poor. A lot of like promoting education. So different stuff can be done. So your volition is very important. Your intention is very important. So what you are doing is for the sake of yourself and for the sake of others. So there are some rules, but the rules, to be honest with you, are solely for the one who is practicing meditation. To not to have many work, not to have many distractions. I mean, the more work you have, the more distractions you will experience during meditation. That is the reason Buddha said, okay, your purpose is, because the main purpose is to liberate yourself or to find your own salvation. So when it comes to finding your own salvation, you have to, we call it, remove the layers of distraction. So overwork, family, more relationship, like they are distraction. So that's why we are not allowed to have more work. But in terms of your own happiness, you can do that. Like even Buddhism, like we have different personalities. Even in Buddha's time, Venerable Ananda, he knows who he is. So he was very busy, like 25 years. He had been very busy with the Buddha, even though he had time to become the enlightened one. So what I'm talking, like different personalities have different specific time, right technique, right practice. So there was a monk, his name was Venerable Kasyapa. He was an Arahant, but he didn't like to live in the town. He always lived in the forest. Like what I want to say, like even you are free from like defilements, or you have reached the stage of self-salvation, because of we call it personality trait. Some people, they prefer to do this, they prefer to do that. So the important thing is we have to accept, we have to accept everyone diversity, not to criticize or not to criticize or not to condemn, or let others' behavior destroy our inner peace. So this is the practice. This one point. And you asking about the pain, yeah, and impermanent, yeah. Let me share my experience. One thing is why when it is painful, sometimes you cannot use only one technique, because Buddha said there are many techniques. Like in one discourse, he said there are 10 techniques to control your defilement. So one thing is you can rationalization, like thinking about, okay, it is impermanent, it is not mine, okay, it is the nature of the body, it is suffering. This one thing, but if you cannot do that, you can use kindness, like, okay, I'm kind to you, I don't get agitated, I don't get frustrated with you. And another thing you can accept, kinds of accept, okay, you are a part of my body. So there are many techniques. So one thing is you can be kind, like not to reject them. Or another technique is we call friendliness, like how to be friendly with your own pain. And so here it's about not attachment, it's about kindness, how to be kind even to your pain, not to reject it, because even in wisdom there is a kindness in Eightfold Path. So different technique. If it is hard for you to use the Buddhist techniques, you can even use like modern technique, psychology technique, like at least you have to feel calm at that state. Yeah, it is clear.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe one last question.
Yeah.
Kind of related to that, and maybe more religious. It's about the enlightenment. Do you have to believe that enlightenment is possible, or like a kind of blind belief, or not? Because I think it can just change a lot of things. For instance, I know meditation is making me calmer, happier, so I see like a kind of progress.
Yeah.
But I don't see like I mean now I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
like
I know.
the final step to enlightenment. And thus, if I decide to practice meditation, I will like make compromise with other things such as medicine, studies, a lot of things, and see only meditation as some part of the path to better life, but not like the universal path leading to some final step. And so yeah, do you have to have a blind belief
in enlightenment? Because this is something that you cannot see. Yeah. So let me say this: enlightenment, or we can say freedom of all defilements, or the salvation, or the liberation of the desires, is, you have to remember, is beyond your six senses. It is beyond your thinking mind. It is not in your thinking mind. It is in the, we call it, individually experiential stage. You get the point? It is beyond your six senses, because it is beyond your intellectualization.
Okay.
It is beyond that enlightenment. So it is, Buddha said, atakka vachara. It is beyond your thinking mind. It is beyond your intellectualization. So, but there is. So as you said, even though you don't believe in enlightenment or not, for example, I will give you a good simile. Okay, I ask you to plant a tree. Okay, and you never see mango. You never see mango. Okay? Then I give you a mango tree, and I saw you. This is the mango. When you plant this, you will have this. You say, I never see mango. How can it be? This tree is mango, really? So you keep planting, and your job is looking after it, watering it, taking care of it, putting fertilizer, and the flowers, and bearing flowers, bearing fruits, is the job of the tree or your? It's the job of the tree. I mean, bearing the flowers, bearing the fruit. Your job is looking after. So even though you are not believe in that tree, that it will bear the fruits and flower, Like, can you stop that? Can you stop it from being bearing the fruits and flowers? Can you do that?
Now you have to like take a risk or something like that.
No, I am asking you that. Even though that you don't believe that there is, you never see you never see the mango, and I ask you to plant the mango tree, and you don't believe that this tree will bear the fruits. You don't believe, and you don't know about the tree. What you are doing is just taking care for the fertilizer and everything. So what I want to say, at the right time, the tree will bear the fruit.
Yeah.
Even though you don't believe or not. Yeah?
But maybe if I have like different trees,
Yeah.
and some I know that will bear the fruits, some I can see like the fruit is growing, so I know this is going to work.
Yeah.
Why would I like spend so much time on the tree?
You don't know. Correct. But what I want to say, okay, there's another good simile. Like, you have ever seen the hens, and to let the eggs crack. So what she is doing is, her job is just to heat the eggs. Her job is not crack. We call crack the edge, crack the eggs. So when it comes to the practice, even we don't have that strong belief or not, if you keep practicing, you will reach the stage. If you are in the right path, even you don't believe that there is no enlightenment, there is no rebirth, there is no last birth, but the reality is there. The thing is, our mentality is not that strong enough to experience them, because, as I said, it is beyond our intellect. It is beyond our intellectualization. Even, to be honest, even the heaven, even the hell, when like many people they discuss, like, because people they want to experience everything within their scope, but those things are beyond our scope. Those things are beyond our intellectualization. So that is why even the discussion cannot be made, clearly, because I will tell you a story, like, to share with you. One day, Venerable Muggala and another monk, I think his name is Mulakana, then they went for begging, and Venerable Muggala, he saw a ghost. Flying with the fire, and he was smiling. And Venerable Lakana asked, "Why you are smiling?" He said, "Okay, I will reply you when we meet the Buddha." Then so they went to meet the Buddha, and Venerable Muggala reported the entire story, what he had seen. And the Buddha said, "I have seen the same thing before my enlightenment and after my enlightenment, but I didn't tell anyone, because if I told someone, they would not believe." Yeah, so then now you have seen that, now I can explain to everyone, because you are my witness. So what I want to say is, even though we cannot see, even though we cannot experience, it doesn't mean that the thing doesn't exist. Because it's beyond our reality, it's beyond our intellect. That is the Buddha said. So, like, for example, what you have practiced, like, we ask, like, the calmness of the breath. So, like, before you practicing meditation, when someone tells you that okay, you have to do meditation, it helps a lot, because you don't know, then, but only after practicing you will feel that. So you will be able to tell, okay, that is the calmness that person explained to me. So what I want to say, like practical experience is really hard. One thing to explain, and one thing to describe, and one is to be shared. So you are the one who have to know, like, you are correct. when it comes to the enlightenment, yeah, one thing is in Buddhism, we don't use the word belief. Okay, we don't use the word belief. We use the word in Pali we call saddha. It's about confidence, confidence, or understanding. Yeah, confidence and understanding. And confidence, first thing is confidence about yourself. Yeah, confidence about yourself. And second thing is confidence about the path. I mean, what you are doing. And the third is you have to confident about the teacher. About the teacher. So I'm talking about these three elements must be together when it comes to the practice. So, like, yeah, even you believe or not there is enlightenment, first thing you have to confidence with yourself that, like, first step is what I'm doing is for my happiness. So, the more happiness you collect, then you will understand that, oh, this calmness must be something beyond that. Because without reaching that stage, you cannot think beyond that. Like, when you are in grade 1, you cannot think what in the grade 10. So no, you have to reach that, then only then you know, okay, after grade 10, there is grade 11, but like we know that, but we can't experience that, or we cannot think that it is like this. Yeah, so what I want to say, like, it's a gradual progress when it comes to the practice, and Buddha said, like, when it comes to the meditation, the less doubtfulness you have, the more happiness you will experience. Because, like, we call it, like, you have many thoughts, we call it vitakka, because different vitakka is about that you have more wisdom, you read a lot of books, but when you come to practice, like, you are not being with your breath, but you are keep thinking what you have read. Like, but I'm one saying, like Buddha said, like, different characters have different technique. So that is why when it comes to the practice, we have to be with our own breath and just observe whatever it is. So what we know, we have to put down and just be with your breath and just observe it without reaction. So I think I answer your question, like, I know that because in the Western world you are talking about the belief system. In Buddhism we don't use that technical term belief. Even we speak belief, but when in reality, no, there is no belief system in Buddhism. Only confidence, because Shraddha, like understanding with reason. You get the point? Understanding with reason is Shraddha. You have to reasoning. Like, for example, if someone tells you that there is a happiness, like, you have to experience yourself before you believe. That is Shraddha. That is understanding with reason, not blind belief. So blind belief is rejected by Buddhism.
But still, the last step is like beyond thinking, so you can't.
Yeah. But you will little bit experience that. I mean, yeah, I know that. Like, there is enlightenment, and what the Buddha explained, that it is emptiness of delusion, desire, defilement, or we call it ignorance. So the emptiness of that. So when, like, because you have meditated, like, when it comes to the practice, while you practice meditation, sometime even for 1 minute you will experience that. Yeah, you experience that calmness, like calmness without nothing. Yeah. So if by practicing like 1 week or 2 weeks you can reach that stage, even like we call it momentary calmness, momentary samadhi. In Pali we call it Kanaka samadhi. We experience, like, for us, we only experience momentary. So this momentary experience of enlightenment, this is the the momentary experience of enlightenment. So and you can imagine that it might be hard. If we reach that enlightenment, it's full of that. Yeah. So we can imagine, but I want to say, it is beyond our intellect. Like you can rationalize, but you cannot like overthinking, because Buddha said it is not about thinking, it's about experiencing. That's right. Yeah, it's about the philosophy. Yeah, believing, like, yeah. If you have time, we can discuss more. I think it's clear.
Yeah, really clear.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that for understanding you have to use the simile. Yeah, so we use one is hand and its leg, and another one is like planting the tree. But yeah, you asked the right question, because if you plant a tree, like you have that belief. So that is why we have that tree confidence about yourself, about the path, about the teacher. So about the path is you know the path. So it's very important to know where you are going, not knowing where you are going. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I will continue to read about that.
Yeah. You have. I think it's good. You can read. It's okay. Like when you don't practice, you can read, and I think when you read, you will have more understanding. So, to be honest with you, the more you read, the more you practice, the less questions you will have. So it was. I was in the same state like you. I asked a lot. How can it be? I think even the teacher, the young teacher, she reads a lot. So she has a lot of questions. I know, because I was that at that stage. So, but when practice and read more, you understand that, oh, this is like we have feel less. Even I tell you that you stop reading. No, we cannot do that, because it's about experiencing. So even the Buddha never stop someone asking or doing. Okay, sometimes we let it be. Let him or her experience by himself and by herself, because some philosophy can be explained, can be described, and some cannot. Some just let yourself experience that. You will understand. Yeah. So you can keep reading, keep practicing different books, then you will come to the stage. Yeah. But reading is not enough. You have to practice.
Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise we become like a professor. We become like a lecturers, because they're just reading the books, writing the book. I'm not criticizing them. I'm talking about the practice. So you must balance that. Then only that you understand the path and about yourself. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now I have a meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome. So after lunch you are going, yeah?
Just now actually.
You are going now?
Yeah.
Okay, so bonjour, good journey.
Thank you.
And hope to see you again.
Yeah.
Keep practicing, and just to share with you, the intention is very important. You are doing for yourself. Don't think I'm doing for Buddha. No, you're just doing for yourself. So being yourself is very important. Doing for your sake is very important. Doing for your well-being is very important. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just one question.
Yeah?
My friend and I would like to make a small donation.
Okay, you
You
can donate. Yeah. Nhôm. Or I think you can put in the box. គាត់ចង់បូជាបច្ច័យអានឹងឲ្យណាគេញោមគាត់ចង់បូជា